Hello, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name's Kirsten. I am documenting my ballet journey, my adult beginner ballet journey. I am 1.5 years into ballet, and I wanted to share some pointe progress. I got on pointe back in February. It is now May 3rd, and I wanted to share all the classes up until this point so I can see like how much progress, because it's really hard. So I'm gonna walk you through some of the progress of these classes and kind of talk over how it feels to be on pointe in case you are curious. So it's a long video, let's get into it. Also, I'm very sweaty. I'm in between ballet classes right now, so let's do this. So susus are probably the funnest part of pointe, I think. So far, at least. You can see I'm trying to get the susu tighter. And Amelia's telling me that I'm going too far forward when I'm like jumping up. So I'm working on that right now. Grateful for Amelia and some of the other women in my class who have been on pointe before, kind of guiding us. This is my second time trying to walk on pointe. Walking's really scary. I'm trying to work on not bending my legs as much. But also at this point, we haven't broken in our shoes yet. We're not breaking them in manually. Well, some of us, we're letting them break in naturally, because we want our pointe shoes to last a really long time. We're not performing the same day, so we don't need to break them in. Some people do, though. You can see there's a lot of stumbling. I do feel that I'm clenching a little bit. Yeah, clench a little bit at the weight down. I need some butter. Where's the cheese? We're always giggling in class. It's my favorite part.
And rise up, plie over your pointe.
This part feels good, but it's very scary.
And rolling down.
You can see I'm trying to balance more.
Good, let's do that again. Right.
Class 2, I'm learning like where I'm getting like some rubbing so I can tape my feet for next week.
You can see my susus are still not that tight, but it hurts. So some of it's pain, some of it is just, you're building up your strength still. Here's where the pain comes, the échappés. It's really hard, especially when your legs are like wider. You can see I'm struggling here. Oh, I'm struggling. It's part pain, part no, it's just pain. Grateful for Kim for pointing out exactly what I need to improve on.
Yes. Nice, that was good.
Here's a scary part, is taking your hands off the bar. So she said to do 2 fingers instead of your whole hand. So you gradually move away from using the bar. So you can see I'm kind of using the bar, but trying not to.
You're up. There you go, that's better.
I feel like it's gonna allow me to finally match my upper body strength.
Yeah.
Here's more échappés. Oh, it's so painful when your shoes aren't broken in yet and it's all new. Awful pas de bourrée. Just look at how bad I'm struggling. It hurts. But I had a nice little walk without the bar.
I like the length of the wool. Yeah, is it good? Thank you.
I love the community of our ballet classes.
Little beaver. I think it's an otter, but it has a beaver tail, so I'm saying it's a beaver. And then a little air or a Cinderella. He's a dream to wish your heart makes on the other side.
Shout out to Daiso Japan. I feel like having these two experienced ballet dancers next to me makes me look better. They both have been on pointe before, and you can tell they look amazing. This is me learning where the strength should come from.
Good, and I'll let you do this on your own timing. You're just gonna pick up one foot,
This part felt cool.
place it back down strongly, and then you pick up the other foot.
I like the one foot. It's really scary, and it's really hard,
And then you
and requires a lot of strength, but it felt really good to do this in the moment.
after you've done 4 times, or 4 feet, then you can roll down. Take a little step out, do your roll down. Beautiful. I love the love and care everyone is taking to step on their feet properly. Love it. And then we're swooshing our legs back into fifth.
Asia Bay was still painful at this point, but you could see I wasn't going as wide.
Pas de bourrée, roll down. Pas de bourrée, roll down. Pas de boo-soo-soo. Stay
Just starting to feel strong in this class.
and roll down. Good. Like that.
It was partly just my shoes were starting to get broken in,
Point that foot.
and I was getting stronger. I was practicing a lot.
Yeah.
I was doing like pre-point exercises every day for the first few months.
Yeah.
So this was our last class in the pre-point point series. It was a 3-month class, and now it's just a regular drop-in class. So this is our last class in the series. This was my first time using one side of the bar as opposed to having both hands on the bar and facing forward, and it's a huge difference.
And up. And step down. Good. And side. Plie. And hold. And down. And back.
I
Plie.
struggle a bit with the back.
Hold. Good.
Here I am trying without the bar. And our cute class. So this was my first time doing an actual class. This was like a beginner class. My first time going up. It's real hard. Your class that you've known so well, it feels completely different on pointe. You're suddenly very aware of your feet, and nothing works as it normally works. But I'm giving myself grace. It's my first time. That was not bad. But it's also much faster because you have a song that you're, dancing to. Not bad though. That part at least. I could have straightened my foot a little bit more, but again, it feels so different. A little clunky, but it's okay. They also feel heavy. I joked to my teacher, like, how much do they weigh? Because I was struggling. I was very out of breath. Turning around felt very awkward. You're very aware of how you're not pointing your back foot properly when you're in pointe shoe, and it's supposed to be on like that tippy little corner at the tippy top. And they're kind of slippery too. There's like an edge on the bottom, and you kind of slide around a little bit. I always struggle with these. Oh, they felt heavy. They felt real heavy. Balancing is more fun, I think, in pointe, at least on Susu. I haven't tried one leg yet, but Susu's real fun. I feel like I balance way better in pointe shoes, actually. You see how exhausted I am. Here's Kim helping me
get up on both feet right at the same
figure
time.
out how to turn around.
All the stuff. I know. It seems like, oh, regular class, we're not doing that much on point, but then there's so many logistics.
Little tiny thingies.
Yeah, little thingies.
I took my pointe shoes off for the center part because I was like, no. But one day, just imagine this on pointe. This one, I swear, like if you watch all of us, all of our échappés look so much better. And it's only been like a few weeks since that one really bad, bad day for me. Walking was starting to feel better. I do see like my knees bending a little bit. And I think it's because I'm hyperextended a little bit and I don't want to like fully hyperextend. So I haven't figured out that like perfect amount of bend without it having to be hyperextended and like injuring myself. But this was hard, rolling down. It's hard to like get off your point to come down. So that took some tries. And these are like pickup steps that we were trying. But it was getting easier the more I practiced. This was really exciting. Bourrées are very exciting because they remind me of the movie Center Stage, which is why I pursued ballet as an adult. So Bourrées, when she's practicing in the studio alone at night, like I always think of her when I do Bourrées. This was exciting too. Fourth to second. Very exciting. Like, look at us. I'm so happy for us. Like, all of our balancing is getting better. We look amazing. I signed up for Catherine Morgan's membership. I am not using it as much as I should be, but because I've been taking ballet like 4 days a week lately. But she has a pointe class that I tried. Like it's like a beginner pointe. So I did some beginner pointe at home. And I'm struggling, clearly. And I have limited space, and I did not buy the right Marley board mat thing. So I keep like getting hooked on that edge, which is messing me up a little bit, but one-legged poses are, whew. I also see like my foot sickling because I never feel myself to the side, so I don't know what I look like from the side, and I know I need to fix that sickled foot that's up. But the day that I did do some pointe at home, I noticed a difference when I came to class that Saturday. Here I am practicing some balancing. Like getting into that Susu position right away on the first go and not having to correct it. That's what I'm working on a lot. And still trying to get more comfortable with being on one foot. We're on the bottom floor, don't worry. I'm also, I'm working on that back foot more, getting that back foot pointed as it should be. I think it's just a lack of like stretching. Need to stretch it out because it is an awkward point going backward. Shout out to my calf muscles. My first time attempting like an arabesque, sort of. Looks a little awkward, but exciting. This is a really good exercise that I need to try more. It's real hard. Yeah, I can see my back foot not pointing as it should be. This was our first attempt turning out of nowhere at the end of class. I did not expect me to be able to do this in the center without the bar. But we were turning. We were all turning. It was really exciting for all of us to experience it together. You can see like one side is much more difficult than the other. Stepping up into it feels like a really big climb to get up. I didn't dare attempt doing it on one foot.
That's good. You guys are doing really well PKing up onto your foot. That was one thing I remember being like, there you go. Another one. Roll down, roll down. That's good. That's better. That's better. You guys, yay.
We took turns walking across the floor together, or one by one.
And then just tinier and faster. Sorry, that was the tape's fault.
So it's really exciting to do that without the bar.
Yay.
Shout out to our supportive classmates.